Here's how to use the volume delta indicator to boost your trading game in the ES futures market. First off, I've got the ES loaded on a 5-minute time frame here. And on the bottom panel here, I've got one of my favorite trading indicators called the volume delta histogram. And basically what that does, it tells me for each specific candle while it's forming whether there were more buyers or more sellers involved in that candle. Once that candle closes and the next one starts, you can visually see by looking at these histograms to the top or the bottom whether buyers were more involved or sellers were more involved. Now the higher or the lower these actual histograms go, it shows actually an increase in buyers or sellers. Green obviously being more buyers that were involved at the close of that candle, for example, or more sellers involved at the close of this candle, for example. Now, there are obviously a lot of candles on this chart and a lot of histograms. So it can get quite confusing trying to just read exactly at a certain point in time what volume delta is telling you. But if you look at it from a perspective of, let's say, over a period of time leading into a potential low or potential high, reversal, trend continuation, whatever the case might be, then it tends to tell a story. For example, if we look at this move lower, lower, lower into the low, we've seen that obviously price moving lower, there was quite a bit of selling volume. There was some buyers stepping in trying to push the market higher. But towards this low over here, there was an increase in sellers stepping into the market, right? And then up until the point where we had a actual low with a slight decrease, and all of a sudden you start getting these high peaks with buyers stepping into the market, showing you that there's potentially a reversal gonna occur. All right, whether that's going to happen or not, obviously we wouldn't know that, but it's very interesting to see that around this time that a lot of buyers all of a sudden start stepping in with these histograms towering above the previous ones. All right, so that is typically what I want to see. And the other thing is with most indicators, you know, professional traders tend to incorporate them within a strategy. They might be looking at other things as well. I like using it, looking at price action, also incorporate another indicator as well. But very specifically, very interesting to see on the ES and actually on the NASDAQ as well, that we look at a specific time of the day when you typically get reversals in the markets. And this is typically between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Right, so you can see during the overnight session on the ES, price moved into a low, and all of a sudden we start seeing a lot of buyers stepping in here. Right, price then moves higher, it breaks a previous structure, which was this one over here. And what I mean by that is price was making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then it broke that lower high. So we had a break of previous price structure. We had a huge increase of buying volume coming in. And then if you want to incorporate something else like momentum divergence, also something that I look at, we had a lot of momentum divergence leading into that low. And that was all of the pieces of the puzzles that I needed to see to tell me whether price is actually going to get ready to reverse to the upside again, knowing that it occurs during a specific time frame. So that's also very important. So the volume delta histogram obviously was one of the drivers behind my decision making in this scenario. Knowing that I'm expecting a reversal, or a reversal that often occurs during this time frame, and then waiting for an indication like from my volume delta histogram indicator showing me whether buyers are actually stepping into this market. And there was a clear indication that obviously occurred. If you'd like to find out more about this indicator and how it can be incorporated as part of a professional trading strategy, then consider joining our Ninjacators Fast Track program by clicking the link below in the description.